The Nigerian politician and businessman Chief Dr. Iwuanyanwun, while addressing some youth at a summit, stated that Igbos did not start the civil war. He revealed that he was among the people who fought the war, adding that when they talk about the unity of the country, Igbos have made it possible for Nigeria to be one. He stated that the Igbos knew nothing about the war, adding that they were forced to fight it. He further revealed that they did not go to Aburi to ask for secession. The Aburi Accord was reached at a meeting between January 4th and 5th, 1967 in Aburi, Ghana, attended by delegates of both the federal government of Nigeria, the Supreme Military Council, and Eastern delegations led by the Eastern region's leader, Colonel Chukwuemeka Odumegu Ojukwu. Chief Iwuanyanwun added that calling for Biafra is a bad tactic and that what Nigeria needs is restructuring. According to him, Igbos passionately said we want to be in Nigeria and we want a restructuring of the country to enable us to be Nigerian. That was what we asked for in Aburi. We didn't go to Aburi to ask for secession. And let me tell you that because I personally witnessed this, Ojukwu never supported secession. It was when he went to Aburi and failed, and after the injury, everybody left them and started talking about secession. The community was conveyed that it wasn't the people. So even though we never wanted to go to war, we were forced to do so. War is bad. I'm one of those young people who finds it very hard to use their leg because when the war broke out, we went to war. I fought in the war and I'm the person who can tell you about war. Okay. Well, some people will come out and try to, of course, I understand what this man is saying. You know, like we always say, let us get to the root of the problem. But what is happening now that the politicians want to use propaganda to cover the truth? And those who did not know the history, it is what, and the propaganda is always going far just to paint other people bad, especially when you have people from the, whether from the opposition or the ruling party. This is what happened exactly. Those who always talk about one Nigeria, like I've always said, they are the real enemies of this country. Those who are even calling for secession, they are not the enemies of this country, but the ones who are saying one Nigeria, they don't want to do the right thing. They don't want to do normal, but they just want things to continue to go in an awkward direction because it will serve their own interest. It will enrich them. Well, if Igbos did not start the war, then who did? See this man. Okay, see him talking. This is the tortoise character of the Igbo man, open bending of facts. Igbos will never speak the truth nor accept advice or other points of view. The war broke out when Ojukwu declared Biafra and invaded the Midwest region, even when the Great Zeke and a few others advised against it. Is that the truth the Igbos should accept? The fight gunshot that triggered off the war was released by the Nigerian side in a town in Cross River State. Go and read your history. Is there any history to read? Is there any history to read? Sir, you want to rewrite history. Tell us why the Igbos military killed leaders in the north and west, but no single leader was shot in the east. Where does the name Biafra came from? Please leave the old wound as it is. Which history are you talking about? Did your Nigeria have history in school? Do you have history as a country? Who abolished it from the Nigerian schools? Maybe it is the same Igbos and Biafrans, Abi. You should be ashamed of yourself. If really you are countering these two things, just like I said, where is the history? They've disjointed, everything is disjointed. They've model up everything up. That is why, because if the truth is there, I see no reason why they don't want to let the truth be there, because they said, so that it will not continue to cause a problem. It will not. You don't want it to continue to cause problem, but the right thing that you are supposed to do, you are the marginalization that a lot of people did not even experience. Because when you tell the younger ones, you don't know what is like, we experience it, we know what it happened. The reason why those people were so angry that made them to go into war is what is still happening now. If those ones were not even alive as at that time, they were not born. But even with what we are, they can see what is happening. You see the same thing. It's just that the people of today now are trying to use another myth. What happened now? Is it not enough? When some people will tell you that the Igbos will never be this, they want to go their way, they will never be this, you don't trust them, and you want them to be there. And when you are appointing, you don't appoint them, you don't even put them into consideration. When there's a kind of a whatever to be divided, you always look at the other side. So what could be more compelling, or what could be more dangerous than what you are doing to the younger ones? They are seeing what is happening now. Is it not enough? Is it not enough? And people say, oh, don't say that, don't do that, don't talk about all these things. Just let us be one. Just like that with mouth, let us be one. Abba. Make una dey fear God. Well, Chief Iwuanyanwun's statement that the Igbos did not start the civil war is perfectly right. The Igbos got into the war because they had no other option than to defend. You will beat somebody, say, don't cry, don't cry. Who does that? That is exactly what he's trying to say. He's trying to say something led to that, and that is the problem we are still having now. People who are now calling for the Biafra or the secession, who are the Biafra agitators now. Something is leading to or led to what they are, why they are calling for the secession, but nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to say anything, and that is the truth. They are always talking about something led to that, and they are repeating it. History is repeating itself again, but they say, oh, just forget. Just be for you to have peace, for there to be peace according to them, for them not to even say anything in this country, for you not to be arrested or anything they say, whether good or bad, oh, go and do. They say, oh, don't question, don't say anything, just continue obeying, just like that. Any rubbish they say, whether it makes sense to you or not, to just accept it. So once you do that, then you are not a threat to national security. That's the only thing they want to do. Something must lead to something. This is half-truth. Why did Igbo key military officers of the other regions and did not reach out to or touch any of the other people? The Nigerian army did kill them, not the Igbo army. It is your level of illiteracy that made you people tag it an Igbo coup. It is one of the problems that we have in Igbo land. Throw more light or shut your mouth. Tell us why Iwuanyanwun is one of the problems we have in Nigeria. Who started the war, Yoruba or Hausa Fulani? Who created Biafra, Yoruba or Hausa Fulani? You are old man, so loss of memory are setting. Something, you know the hear word, you know get sense. You just pick something. Even you that you are talking about being enlightened, something led to. They will now ask why. He said they went to Aburi Accord to not for secession, but when they came back, what they went for was not what they agreed on, and you will continue to expect the people to be what to continue to do what you want them to do, which is not right to them. Something led to that. When you talk about Nnamdi Kanu now, you don't want to say anything that, because like I said in one of the videos recently, Nnamdi Kanu in London was talking about one Nigeria. But why did he change all of a sudden? Nobody wants to know. Even if things are not working well, let's continue. Let's be praying. That's why prayer no dey work. You are just praying in vain. In vain. Because God will just be looking at us. He's a principle God. You don't want to do the right thing. You just want to go and pray. There's time for prayer. There's time for action. That's it. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this.